everybody. Welcome to Love Talk. Love Talk because it's God's talk. You know I love to come out here and tell you about, give you God's mind on things. I want to continue our discussion on the power in waiting. And my subtitle today is Believe for Bigger and Better. You know, sometimes, have you ever been waiting for something so long that you feel like, man, it's just like you lose your faith in the wait? Have you been waiting that long? For example, let's say you've been waiting for healing. Maybe you've been waiting for a job. Maybe you've been waiting for children. Maybe you can't have children, so you're waiting to have children. Or you're waiting to be married, or you're waiting for your marriage to be better. Thank you, Betty. I thank you for watching. Yes. And maybe you're waiting for salvation for your family, for yourself, for some of your loved ones. And a lot of times when it's a long time, sometimes it's like you lose your faith in the waiting. It's the more, what should I say? First, let me say you lose your passion. And when you lose your passion is like losing your fervency and your expectancy. So it's like you lose your belief and your faith on the thing. You'll say, well, you know how we'll do it. I know what I'm talking about and what I'm talking to you about because I have experienced it. And you'll say, well, yeah, I'm believing God. But do that really sound like you believe in God and that you haven't given up? That sounds like you're giving up. When you give up, there's doubt. And you can't mix any minute part of doubt. It turns it from faith to doubt. And if we have doubt, God said, don't think you will receive anything from me. Because guess why? He is so powerful. There's nothing that he can't do. So don't trick yourself thinking that, oh, yeah, I still have faith. But you know good and well that you've lost your fervency and your expectancy because of the delay in time. Don't let the time period cause your faith to decrease, or cause your faith to diminish, or cause you to draw back in your faith. Don't let that happen. Because this is where this is a doubting ground, and the devil will come in with all kind of thoughts on that doubting ground. Remember when you're believing God for healing and for your jobs, the things that you're believing God for, like I said, to be married, restoration of marriage. Remember who you asked them to believe that for. Remember, you're asking the God where there's nothing impossible for him. And guess what he said? Nothing is impossible for him, but he said also, if you believe, there will be nothing impossible unto you, meaning unto you that believe. So no, get your faith back going. Get your faith back going. So you say, oh, well, that's easy for you to say. Someone said that to me not too long ago. It's easy to say, it's easy to keep joy when there's certain things that's happening in life. But guess what, beloved? Where are you focused? Are you focused on the promise keeper? The promise keeper, there's nothing impossible for him. And if you feel like it's too much time that have went by, God is the time maker. He made time. So guess what's happening in that time? What we need patience. The Lord said, you are in need of patience. After you have endured, you will inherit the promise. You need patience. Think what's happening in that patient time. In patience, God is perfecting things. Now, let's look at it two ways here. In patience, you can bite your nails, you can complain, you can murmur and complain. God says when you murmur and complain, that gives you spots, wrinkles, and blemishes. And he's not coming for people with spot, wrinkles, and blemishes. He said while you're waiting in your faith, speak faith. Speak your belief. Don't speak your doubt. Matter of fact, that's how you squish out your doubt, is that you have to speak faith. You understand that, Betty? Speak faith. We have to speak faith. And when you're speaking faith, guess what's happening? As you're speaking faith, I know it's a time that have to go by, but as you're speaking faith, God is looking down, and guess what he's doing? He's perfecting the situation for you. Isn't that beautiful? But if you're biting your fingernails, complaining, worrying and complaining on the phone with people and complaining on the phone with strangers, God, it ties God's hand. He can't work because he said he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So I'm encouraging you today. I'm encouraging myself today. Believe bigger and better. Give God a capacity. Give God the capacity in your heart that he can pour out a bountiful blessing upon you. A bountiful blessing is a blessing that only comes when you're in total belief. No doubt. Total belief. Do you understand that, beloved? Yes, you do understand that. God told us, he said, hold fast to your faith. Hold fast to your confidence. Don't cast it away. Don't cast it away by drawing back, by shrinking back, by decreasing in your faith. Don't do that. Hold fast to your faith. We've all had times, and we're waiting on things now. There's some things that I'm waiting for God to do for me. But guess what, beloved? You may be doing the same thing. But your faith, God said the faith is the evidence. First of all, it said faith is the substance. You know what substance is? Substance is reality. Faith makes the thing that you believe in for real, even though it hasn't manifested in your natural life. Faith is the substance. Faith makes it real. Guess what else it says? And it is the evidence of things hoped for. You know, when you go into a court of law and someone bring an accusation against one, the plaintiff, they have to bring proof. They have to bring evidence that this person did this. Well, guess what? Having faith is proof enough. Having faith is evidence. Having faith is substance enough that the thing is real. Because it's nothing impossible that God can't do. And if you believe, he said, if you believe that he is the rewarder of those who diligently seek him, he said there will be nothing impossible unto you. So listen, make your faith bigger and better for the bountiful blessing. And it starts with belief. Yes, it does. You remember the woman that, remember in 1 Kings chapter 17, when Elijah went to this woman? Now, listen at this. God had told Elijah to tell the king it was going to be a famine. And the Lord said, you go to the brook, and I'm going to have a raven feed you. You're going to drink water from the brook. But when the brook dried up, he told him, now I'm going to send you to a widow woman. And when he got there, the widow woman said, well, look, all I have is some meal and some oil. And I'm going to make this so me and my son can die. Look, she had faith to die. But God sent a man of God that she could plant seed into and gave her, when she did that, her meal never ran out and neither did her oil run out. So God wanted to feed her through a famine, and she probably blessed her community too. When I first read that story, I was saying, God, how would you have a widow woman give something to a man first before she feed her and her child? But God was showing the principle there. Seek first the kingdom, and I'll add everything to you. Seek first, because what was she doing? Elijah was a man of God that was going around being a prophet, speaking the word of God to people. So she supported that ministry. She supported God's ministry that he had Elijah spearheading. So when she took care of Elijah, the man of God, God blessed her. He blessed her exceedingly abundantly above what she could ask or think. So look, don't have faith to die. Have faith for something bigger and better so God can bless you beyond measure. Do you understand that? I do, man. Just going over this really blessed me. The Lord is saying faith, faith, faith. Have faith in the one who can master time. Don't have faith in time because the length of the time. Either you having faith in the length of the time, or you having faith in the timekeeper, the one that you believe in for the promise from. So we can't get it twisted in our mind and in our sight. Even though the blessing and the promise seem like it's delaying, God is perfecting it so that when it does come, you're ready, they're ready, everybody is ready. What do you think God is doing during this time that we call such a long time? What do you think God is doing? It says, let patience have its perfect work. God is perfecting things. God is perfecting you. God is perfecting them. God is perfecting the situation. He said, have faith in me. Don't have faith in the length of time, because if you look at the length of time, it'll cause you to default, and it'll cause you to decrease. It'll cause you to shrink back into doubt. And that does not bring life. That brings destruction. Yes, God is so good. He is so good. And think of, let's use this analogy like a child. When a teenager goes to high school, they have the junior year, the sophomore year, senior. So you promise the child, look, if you get good grades, I'm going to give you a car when you graduate. Well, you know what? Some kids do good and they stay that long. They go the long haul getting good grades, and you produce that car for them. Some children in their junior year, they do good. Then in their sophomore year, they fall off. Some children fall off. Sometimes they don't fall off because they don't want to do better. Sometimes they fall off because they get sidetracked and they lose their focus because there's problems at the home. This can make a kid fall off. So I'm saying to you parents, or even if it's just a single parent, keep your home life a peaceful situation, a place of love, a place for peace, so that your child can excel in their endeavors, in their studies. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just like in life, we'll start off, God will give us a word. He'll give us a promise. Let's say we're in our junior year with that. We're happy and we're geeked. But then when things start happening in life, some storms start coming by, the time seems like it's taking too long, then we start to lose focus of that promise. And we forget the promise keeper. Keep our mind on the promise keeper. He will never fail us. He will never falter. God is always faithful. He wants us to stay faithful. Stay faithful. Make your faith bleed. Stay in belief so you can get bigger and better and get a bountiful blessing from God. Can you do that? I think I can do it. But we can do it if we keep our mind on good things. We have to keep our mind on what's true and honest and what's of a good report. Don't meditate on nothing else. When you meditate on doubt and unbelief, it'll cause you to falter. It'll cause you to shrink back. Matter of fact, you know what? When you learn to talk to doubt, then doubt will leave you alone. You can't play with doubt. You can't keep company with doubt. You got to shout doubt out by saying what God said to you, by telling doubt, look, you believe the promise maker, not the promise. You believe God in the process, that the promise maker going to bring you the promise. Do not look at the time. Don't look at the time as a delay. Look at the time as a period where God is perfecting. Oh, and he's going to, because remember faith is the substance, and faith is the evidence that you're going to have what you're believing for if you stay in faith. So stay believing so you can get bigger and better, bountiful blessings from God. I appreciate this time with you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening in with Love Talk. Please forward this video and this video to other people that would benefit from this. And until next Saturday, look, go on to YouTube. I'm going to go on to YouTube. I have this on the YouTube. I want you guys to subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm just trying to build my channel here. But please subscribe. Make any comments that you like to make. And just remember, until next time, worry not, pray a lot, keep your mind locked, giving praise and thanks to God, our peace and our rock. Love you, beloved. I'll see you next Saturday. Okay, God bless you.